Mr. Bloxham here, Bay House School, we're doing potatoes today, roughly 7 or 8 different potato dishes. The pupils won't know any of them, possibly they might know some, they might know croquette. When I worked this out, we were going to do 700 grams, which is just over a quarter, but we're going to do a third of a bag as long as we've got enough, because it wasn't a lot once it was, I split it up. So this one's about 300 grams, this is about 200 grams, this one's about 100 grams, right? This is actually only 150, but once you have the skin on. So the first thing I'm going to do is I put some potatoes in the oven. That's the first thing you'll need to do. Now I put a skewer in some of them, so they might help them cook quicker. Can you, Miss, just double check, see if any of them are cooked for me, Miss? Now I cooked the big one, so you need to cook the biggest one you've got, because we're going to put that in the jacket, and you prick it with a fork and just put it in, basically. So the next one I'm going to do is the fondant one and the leaf potato. So this one I'm going to use for this. No, my one's Miss. My one's Miss. Cheers, my one's went in first, please, in that one over there, cheers, Miss. So in here, I'm going to make the leaf-shaped potato. And this one here is a roast potato. So you go like that, then you need to come a bit nearer with the camera. Then we cut down the middle. And I'm going on a brown chopping board. If you haven't got any of those, we've only got one brown one, so you'll need to do it on the white one. Then, with a small knife, you'll have to watch this because this is tricky. We put the veins in, right? So that's going to be a leaf. Then we do the other side. Yeah, one. I've only got 3 here. I could have got 4 in here, to be honest. And these are 45 degrees. That's a lot harder than it looks. Then it looks like a leaf. These can be parboiled or just straight roasted. Now the next one we're going to do is a fondant. So we cut the bottom off so it doesn't wobble. Then we just cut it round. Yeah. We get the right size one. So that one's going to be a bit small. I'm going to waste some. That one I'm just going to manage it. So I'm going to use this one here. So this is. So rather than just do like a normal roast potato, you get like a nice round one like this. Now these can be parboiled, or you can cook them in stock and butter and wrap them up and then take the actual foil off. So you can put them in a dish like this, or a metal dish, a little one like this, and then foil them with some stock and butter. So I might do that, or I just might parboil them, roast them, or just roast them straight away. These scraps may be all put together, and then the class between you can boil them and we can mash them. But the main ones we're mashing are the jacket ones. That's the first one done. The next one is the bollinger. So we slice this one thinly, the large one, with the small ones. Now, we've got a thing called a Madeline, which slices the potatoes really thin. Right, but if you haven't, you just have to slice it by hand. I'm not using that today, but when you can have a go at doing that, I might get it out in a minute and show you how to do that, but only some can do that. Now, save a couple of nice bits. And I've also got a heart-shaped cutter. You can only do 2 tones. You can all do a leaf, then either do a heart or a round one. I'll show you a round heart in a minute, it's nice and obvious. These ones here, I'm going to cut a few. I'm just going to cut some of them for the top. So the top ones, oh, I can put all the scrappy ones, I've just thought about it, the scrappy ones can go in the bollinger, so that's one thing you can do to the foot of that. So as you can see, I've got some right perfect round ones that I'm going to put on the top. Maybe move the camera a bit closer so you can see these. The nice perfect round ones. So they're going on the top. Yeah. And it's going to look a bit neater. Now this is called bollinger. I probably not pronounced it right. We've got a French lady in the room actually. How do you pronounce it? Boulanger, meaning bakery. Yeah, because they used to do them loads of years ago. They used to go and put them in the baker's ovens while the bakers were on, when they were all made from coal and stuff like that. So we're going to flavour them. And in this we're going to put some melts of butter. We're going to put in about 1.5 tablespoons. Yeah, then we're going to put in 3 tablespoons. And that was too much, of boiling water. It's not boiling anymore. I've got a stock cube here. We're going to crush it up. Now then you can put some herbs and salt. I might not need any salt where we've got the herbs, right? So this, obviously this isn't quite boiling. If it was boiling I wouldn't be able to put my hand in it. Stir this up, dissolve it a little bit, best you can. Right, put it all on top. Stir it up. Now I've got some thyme here which we've grown, and I've just picked some of these, so I didn't pick, I've got one of the pupils to pick it. And we'll put a little bit of thyme in, and then we can put it in one of these dishes. So I'm going to put it in this dish, right? And then I'm going to put the fancy stuff on top. Then I'm going to brush it with butter. So this isn't flavoured so much, but the steam will come through. Then I'm going to wrap this up with foil. Right, now this will have foil. So this needs to be pushed down a bit. Put them back on top like so. This isn't quite deep enough. because it's like bulging up a bit, but then you could make that maybe look a little bit neater. Then we brush it with butter. If we don't brush it with butter, it might go brown, and that will keep it moist. We need to cover that with foil. So I'm going to cover that with foil, put it in the oven. You need about 3 tablespoons of and you can put pepper in there. So I've got some pepper in here. You've got white pepper, it looks good in potatoes so it doesn't look black. So you could have put a bit of pepper in there if you like pepper. I've got some dried herbs here if you want dried herbs instead, but the fresh herbs are better. And then you could put a little bit of pepper in it rather than on top would be better actually. And this is black pepper, and it looks black bits, which isn't quite so good with potatoes. Then with foil, we wrap it up. This might overflow, so this will be good sitting on the same dish. Or maybe a different dish. The 2 of you could get one of these dishes. You're meant to bring your own dish in, by the way. Some have and some haven't. So I'm going to put them on here for a minute because they're easier to get out and the water will overflow and fall on the tray. These will need butter or oil on, or parboiled. I reckon they're slightly better parboiled. Now the next one is, so that's one potato, 2 potatoes, 3 potatoes. The next one I'm going to do, I said I'd do a heart, so you might not be able to do both because you only have 1 potato to do 2 things. So I need to cut it a little bit thinner. Obviously a heart shape, just cut it out. Heart shape, so that's roughly right. As you can see, I've got a heart-shaped potato there. So that's 3 different types of fancy red potatoes. In this one here, you can even put a pattern in the top of it, like a little pattern. I'll show you a little pattern in there. So make it look a bit fancy. There's other ones you can do, barrel-shaped potatoes. I haven't got them on the list. They're called chateau potatoes. Maybe I'll show you them another day. So that's lots of potatoes here. The next one is the hash brown, but that's what I want you all to go and do now. Thank you.